And then at what age did you decide like, oh, I want to join the gang life, or like what was appealing about that for you?
So I mean, in my neighborhood, everybody started turning blood, and you hear about the blood. The blood's just it's like this wave of just everybody turning blood, and I really like didn't want to join blood. Um, so what everybody else like around me and my like my peers, they was turning blood, and they wasn't sex money murder yet, and I was just like, oh, like I didn't turn blood with them. And I was just like, the only way I'm gonna turn blood is if because sex money murder was a neighborhood thing. I mean, I was like, if only way I would turn blood if I turned sex money murder. And obviously, eventually, that's we all did. Everybody did. The whole hood did. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's how it was for me. It was. I mean, you got to understand. I'm looking at it was impressionable. These dudes was getting a lot of money. You hearing the stories. As a young kid, like I said, I was always just rebel, man, and I was lion-hearted. I was fearless, and I say, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm already in the streets. I'm already outside. This is what we doing, yeah. This is what we doing.
Was that weird for you to see that transition? Because I know the Bloods, originally a West Coast thing, but then you saw it kind of infiltrate and change the lifestyle over there in New York.
Yeah, I mean, probably for the older dudes, it was weird because they're already older and they understand it more, and they know that it's a West Coast thing. So yeah, of course, like I know it's a West Coast thing, but when it hit, it was just like it was just there. I don't even know how. It wasn't really weird, bro. It was like everybody turning blood. Like, it's what we doing. It had nothing to do with the West Coast. Like when we was doing it, right? We not thinking about the West Coast. We thinking about this is what's happening here. Like much love to the West Coast, but we didn't care about that. We just don't. This was happening here. This is what we doing over here.
And what age were you when this was like happening?
So prior to age around when I started hustling, like 14, 15, I didn't turn blood though until I was 17.
You're 17.
In the year 2000. Yeah, in the year 2000, I turned 17.
And was there a lot of Crips around too?
Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm.
Wow. So it was just blood. That's it.
It was blood, man. New York City is bloody down. Now you start to see like the Crips, more Crips. Like it wasn't a lot of Crips. Maybe like in different neighborhoods. Maybe like in Flatbush and Brooklyn. I don't really know too much about Brooklyn, but the Bronx was mostly blooded out everywhere. Like it was blood everywhere.